What's going on, everybody? We are here to talk about this NBA 2K18 patch 1.04, and specifically we're talking about, you saw a little bit of what I was doing there with the creative players for the Legends roster, but we're talking specifically about the changes that have taken place to create a player offline. So, and we're going to refer directly to the notes so that we can, have a good idea, some sort of a guide as we look at what's new and what has been added. So and like I said, we're just talking about Cap for this because the patch covers a lot of stuff. It covers gameplay, it covers a variety of modes. So, we got it's a pretty expansive patch. So according to the notes, we got 18 new beards, 2 new mustaches, 8 facial stubble styles that can be mixed and matched with the various hairstyles. They said girth now changes when adjusting weight in the roster created player. You added eyebrows. You didn't have eyebrows before. You just were kind of assigned eyebrows. And you can also change the eye color. So we're going to be looking at all of that real quick here. So one other thing that they did change that they didn't mention in these notes is they changed the way they went from just having a number setting for many of the facial features to having an actual, like a dial or a grid, so to speak, which I don't think it changes the range of the alterations that you can make. So it doesn't introduce face sculpting, which is what we really want, but it does better illustrate what changes need to be made to manipulate the face in a way that you may want to. So let's take a look. Actually, nothing has changed in the vitals section, so all of that is pretty much the same, so that's nothing new. Let's go to head presets, is where the first change takes place. And you can see what I'm talking about with skull width, skull height, eyes, the brows, the nose, the ears, the mouth, the chin. You see the way it's depicted here now. So they just changed the visuals there. So the head presets, there are no new head presets, but you will be able to, like I said, change the eye color. So I'm going to start to mess around with this here in terms of the skull width. So this is pretty much the same. So his head definitely is thinning, and then when you take it up bigger, this is pretty much the same. They didn't even change I don't know if it was 1 to 30 before or 1 to 100, but not a big difference. I wish there was more of a difference because his head clearly got skinnier, but not as much as we need to see it, in order for us to be able to really manipulate the size of the player's head the way you want to. Now, I'm going to deal with skull height in a second, but let me do this. It's always easier to see skull height if you take away the hair, because sometimes you can't see it as well unless you take away the hair. So let's give him my hairstyle, completely bald, low maintenance, baby. All right, so skull height. If we drop this down all the way here, head got a little smaller, definitely got smaller. And then let's take it up as high as it'll go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, but maybe a little bit more range to stretch that head out a little bit more might be good, but that is definitely a significant dome on top of his head. You need to be able to make a man with a significant dome, because sometimes there are people in the NBA who have a significant dome. Or like myself, I have a very significant dome. So you need that. All right, now eyes. This is one of my biggest issues. I can't halfway figure out what in the world they're trying to do with the eye thing. Like, okay, so it's big, it gets small, it get big again. Like, I don't understand what they're doing here. So, and this is a really big problem because any player that you may want to create who has larger eyes, you're gonna have a problem doing it. Some of the presets have larger eyes just to begin with, so you kind of, but like, okay, it's no secret, I like to try to create Reggie Miller pretty much every year. Well, none of the players whose skin complexion is consistent with Reggie Miller offer you the opportunity to make his eyes as big as you would need to make them. So that is why we need to be able to alter skin complexion as well, and not just the eye color, which here, of course, it is definitely helpful that you can change the eye color. So this is new. This is totally new. And yep, you can do light brown, regular brown. So now he looks more like, you know, a traditional look of a person that would have his skin complexion, even though there are some people of all different colors with all different color eyes. But, you know, primarily you would see somebody his complexion with straight brown eyes. You know, you might have you might have, but 9 times out of 10 the brother got on some fake contacts if his eyes is all these different colors. So let's look at brow. Brow is another relatively frustrating one for me, because they're doing a little bit with the brow here, but you see it's kind of difficult. It's just several different bumps, so it's not like anything you can scale or track. So I don't know about that one. It's, you know, whatever. Nose is similar. Like I said, nothing's changed here with the amount of range that you have with altering any of these things. I'm really of the belief that they've done all they can do with the creative player as far as face sculpting, because they went with this template setup with more realistic looking people, more or less, so that the guys don't stand out like, oh, that's a creative player like they used to. But in doing that, they sacrifice the ability to be able to, you know, sculpt the faces as fully as you may want to. So same thing here with the mouth. Like I said, they just changed the dials. Chin is pretty much the same, and I'm not trying to make anybody specifically right here, but here's another one that, you know, get small, get big, gets, you know, I don't understand what this is, but okay. All right, and now hair, nothing has changed. This is all the same, so we're not gonna even fool around here. But facial hair is one of the things that have changed. So here now you can do different eyebrows. So I believe there's 7 or 8. It's 8 of them. 8 different eyebrows that you can change. And let's give them black hair so this stuff will stick out a little bit more. As you can see, the eyebrows are a little light, at least on this particular player. I don't know, it just seems like it might be slightly dull, but without question, this is definitely a big addition if you're trying to accurately create somebody. Now, it's 18 new beards. I don't know where it starts. Let's see, so now there's a total of 50 beards. So that means that it probably started, so I guess there was 32 before, because I think they just kind of stuck them in right at the end. Or maybe they didn't, because some of these stuff I don't remember. So we'll just go through them all just so we can see. So we got none. We got this one, which may or may not have, I can't even remember all what was in there and what isn't. But this actually, my guy was kind of looking like, a little like Stephon Marbury a little bit there. But yeah, so I mean, you know, definitely looking better. I haven't even gotten to the stubble part, which definitely helps. We got this beard here. I don't know how many of these are new, to be honest. So that's why I'm just gonna go through all of them. It's like we showed, it's 50. Some of the textures of this facial hair are just really weird. But what I think they were going, I don't know if they were going for this or not, but this looks like this facial hair of, you know, like a different texture style facial hair. Like, you know, like this here is like African American facial hair. This is not, you know, not for most African Americans. I guess the same could be said for this. It is very straggly looking here. And this one is something like that too. This is clearly the James Harden jump off. I don't know what this is, but okay, he just has a little bump down at the bottom. This is another one. This is clearly not what I mean, this is like Jose Calderon's beard or something. Now we get into some shadows, which I don't think were there before. All right. So we definitely have a good this one definitely is new. You definitely have a good mix of stuff to use now. I would say you should probably be able to make just about anybody's facial hair now. Where in the world is the facial hair here? I don't even see it. Oh, maybe it's way up under there. Okay. It's another one. Like I said, it's 50 of them. These are much lighter versions of styles that were already in there earlier. So, and then there is 50. All right, so now we got stubble. I think there's 8 of these. So you can kind of mix these, so which is good. It kind of lets you layer. So I got this stubble, and then I got the the chin strap, or whatever. So that makes the facial hair look a lot more realistic. Let's take this off so you can see the other stubble. Like I said, I believe there's 8 of them. Might be 7. No, 7. All right, so that is that. And last thing is, well, we got to plug up our controller before we go dead. Last thing is you can see the girth change as you actually change the weight and the size. So I'm going to show you. I can see it. I still don't think players get as beefy as they should based off of the weight range that they allow. They allow you to go up to 350 pounds, and the girth doesn't really change depending on your height, because obviously a 7'3", 350 pound player looks a lot different than a 6 foot 350 pound player. So if they allow you to make a 6 foot 350 pound guy, they should allow your player to look like he's 6 foot 350 pounds. But as you can see, as I change this, his body is swelling up a little bit, but just not quite as significantly as it should. Now, is this a big dude? Yes. You could even look at like his knees and his calves and say, yeah, that's a big dude. Shoulders across, big. When I change the shoulder width, which is something that also kind of can give the look of a bigger guy. Still, like I said, big, but I don't know if he looks 6'9", 350. He looks, to me, I'd say he's about 6'9", 280. But, 350, no, he doesn't look 350. But I do appreciate the fact that they changed it at all here. Now, this is where it's really not quite realistic, because now he's 5'4", 350, and his body hasn't changed. Like, he should really be spilling all over his shorts at this point, and all out of the arm sleeve of his tank top, because 5'4", 350 is very unhealthy. And if they're allowing you to make him 5'4", 350, the visual should change. Maybe if they're not gonna let you really make it like that, maybe they should have some sort of weight and height restriction type of thing. Like, I don't want to see them say you can't make anybody 5'7" anymore, or nothing like that. But if you got somebody 5'4", if this is as muscular as he can get, then he shouldn't be able to be over, at 5'4", he shouldn't be able to be over 170 pounds, 160, 170 pounds. Because 5'4", 160, 170 is a really stocky dude. And then so you just kind of scale it up with the height. That would make it at least compliant with what you see visually. But that's not going to impact too many people, but it is something there that you want to consider for visual consistency. But that is just about it. I wanted to bring you guys what I saw here. I'll be obviously testing out patch 1.04 in some of the other areas. And, if something pops up that's compelling, I will share it for sure. But in the meantime, as always, I appreciate you watching. God bless and peace.